Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So a week ago, when I met up with Super White here with the Super White Tundra TRD Pro, as well as David with the Midnight Black Metallic Tundra TRD Pro, I decided I was going to reach out to a couple other folks last week and say, hey, if anyone's interested in coming out and joining us, feel free to meet us at this location on Saturday. So here we are. We had a couple additional takers who joined us. But the only difference is this week compared to last week is I no longer have my Tundra. So here I am with this Skidamarinkadink Tacoma TRD Pro amongst all of the heavy hitters here. So definitely the odd man out today, and I'm already feeling it. So I figured I'd line them all up here and just do a quick video focusing on each of the Tundras here. Obviously not so much with the super white one there, just because you guys have seen it plenty on my channel, but we'll just kind of do a quick walk by each of them. I'll kind of show you the features that they have added to them. It's pretty sweet. So we do have two TRD Pros, the white one there and then the magnetic gray metallic, but the cement one there in the middle is a limited off-road. So I'll show you everything that he's done to it. Both of them are awesome builds, especially the cement one you'll see here in a second. So let's kind of dive into it. You guys are well familiar with the Taco and all of its additions here. Icon Stage 9 lift kit, 2.5 inch lift. So you guys know this fairly well at this point. Cement gray, of course. And again, kind of just a real quick recap of Super Whites here. And I'm gonna list each of their Instagram tags at the top of my description if any of you want to go check them out. If you have any questions about any of their mods or their aftermarket goodies, feel free just to reach out to them. They're totally game and down for it. So let's do a quick recap here. Obviously a lot of aftermarket lighting equipment, which is sweet. A lot of Baja design stuff. Baja design fogs. This is the Cali Rays bar. You guys have seen this plenty. The integration here is sweet. One thing I never really noticed is he does have the tint bar up front. So not bar, but up top there, the sun visor there. So let's focus on, actually, I'm gonna get to that one last. Okay, so we're gonna look at the magnetic gray one here. So each of these, all three of them, are rocking a lift of some sort. This one here, if I recall, is the Tough Country 2-inch lift. We'll look at it. Let's dive in here. So you have some Mickey Thompsons on it. Here you go. Forgive me a little dirty. So Tough Country upper control arms there. He does have the Predator side steps, which often come factory. A lot of people, they don't like them just because, when you do go off-roading, the chances of them grabbing on a rock or of anything is definitely higher, and they get ripped off pretty quick, unfortunately. Some sun visor, or rain guards rather, excuse me. Shut this door here. So these are 275/70 18s, for anyone wondering. It's kind of an idea of the tread pattern there. He does have the kick out here to step into the bed a little easier. He also has the backflip MX4. So the same one that I had on my Tundra. The one I had was a finished in Line X, if you recall, though. So a little more, I guess, protected, if you will. But still a great tonneau cover nonetheless. You see here he has the TRD in red, the inserts, the decal inserts, and the Pro in black. The back side here. All right, so yeah, when I saw this pull up, I definitely got pretty excited. This is a sweet build. So this here is the Diamondback tonneau cover. So this is the big daddy of them all. If you guys are familiar, if you researched trifold and tonneau covers for your Tundra, you know that this is you know, the best as it gets, in my opinion. So Diamondback, super durable. Lock it, of course. Nobody's breaking into that. Up top, he has a tough stuff bed. So pretty cool here. So apparently, if I understood him right, it'll open up that way. So open up to driver's side and then fold out a king size bed toward the passenger side here. So I haven't seen it, so forgive me if I'm a little off, but that's the way he described it, which is really cool. I think these run about $2,200-$2,300 if I recall our conversation correctly, and definitely a sweet setup. And being the hardcover, a hard shell, definitely makes it a lot more water resistant for getting water and moisture on the inside, which, if you guys remember, when I got my Taco here, it came with one. I forget the name brand off the top of my head, but even then, even though it was pretty well tightened up and bundled up with the material, even then, when it rained pretty hard and I was driving it, it did get moisture on the inside, which can be a big concern when it comes to, you know, getting mold, of course. So something to consider. And this is where things start to shine. Again, this is a limited off-road, not a TRD Pro, but a cement gray limited here, and he's done it upright. So this ADS bracing shocks, I believe it's a 2-inch lift in the back here and a 3-inch lift up front. He has some Volkracing TE37s on here, which look amazing in my opinion. I don't know, I mean, I would not assume bronze to look good with cement gray. That would just not be my initial thought, but yeah, seeing it here in person, I do think it looks phenomenal. So obviously these are the KO2s, BF Goodrich KO2s. 18-inch wheels. These are 35-inch tires by 12.5 on 18s. Give you a closer look on this side. One thing, he has the Deaver leaf kit here in the back. So no shackles needed for this particular kit, you know, and this allows him to have all this heavy stuff up here and actually get in there and sleep in there, put a lot of weight in the back without it sagging. So it allows it to keep this stance the entire time. So definitely more durable, allows for a greater payload, of course. So pretty sweet. All of them have, excuse me, not all of them, the two of them here obviously have the Go Rhino RB20s. You guys know I love those. So black handles on this one. And he too has the Baja Design ditch lights, which, as you've seen in my previous video, I guess not the best representation because it was during the day, but these are wicked bright and they have a fantastic reputation by the looks of it. Tell you what, it's too soon to be looking at these, that is for sure. So definitely stunning rigs, and these gentlemen built them up right. I forget exactly the name, Dynamics, I think. Yes, probably saying it wrong, but Diode Dynamics. Light bar right here, amber light bar. One cool thing, and I think you made a good point about this, is, you know, unlike the TRD Pro, the limited here, you know, limited off-road here has, you know, the sensors, right? So the parking sensors all around, which you don't get them over here, right? So you get the parking sensors. He ended up, oh, and one other thing on that note, so you also get these guys right here, which are, I think, often overlooked. You get your blind spot monitors. So that, I think, is always overlooked when it comes to the Tundra TRD Pro, because you don't get them. You don't get them in this. So that's kind of crazy, especially for the price tag that you're paying for it, right? You guys know he put the tow mirrors on it too, so a lot of you are probably seeing that difference right off the bat. But extended tow mirrors on that. But obviously you don't get the rigid industry fog lamps that normally come on them, like this guy over here. That's what you normally get, you guys know. He has this, but he ended up going, I think, spark parts, and he ended up getting this a paint match bumper, front bumper, because originally it was chrome on the ends here, or chrome bumper, so to actually make it look a little bit more like the Pro. So in Washington, especially when he was looking, all of the Tundra TRD Pros in the Seattle area region were asking 10 grand over MSRP. So even when, you know, when Super White was looking to, that was the case, unfortunately. So he's like, forget that. Instead of doing that, he did what I think a lot of people do. You know, they buy a different trim and then build it up the way they like, and saving, all while saving a lot of money, hypothetically. You know, I shouldn't say save, because we're all spending it, right? But you know, he saved a lot had he just bought the TRD Pro out here, for sure, without losing his mind trying to find one for a good deal in this region. Not to mention, I think there's a lot more, there is, for sure, a lot more pride and ownership when you actually build it up and build it to your liking. So I applaud these gentlemen for kind of building these things out and doing a great job with it. Obviously, he, you know, swapped out darkened headlight housing on them too. The TRD Pro front grille, of course, as they all match. I'm trying to think if there's anything else point blank that I'm missing here. He does have the coach builder shim, similar to Super White here, you know, bumping out the front bumper just a little bit. So you can see how it's not flush right here. Doing that obviously allows a little bit more clearance for the tires when he's turning back and forth. So it helps kind of allow this oversized tire. Not to mention, of course, the lift does too. There's the front. I don't think I give you a look at that with the Total Chaos Fabrication upper control arms here. Definitely a sweet setup. He didn't cheap out on anything, I don't think. And I think it definitely shows. There's a kind of a side profile. See the stance of him. And my wife, that's what she loves about the Tacoma, is the fact that it has a little bit of a, with, you know, tire poke, that wide stance. She's a big fan of that. And you guys know the way I had my Lunar Rock Tundra TRD Pro, you know, there was very, very little, if any, tire poke on it. So you got some here. Again, not quite comparable to those guys over there, that one in particular. And there's kind of a side profile of Super White here. So yeah, guys, definitely give a peek to their Instagram accounts. I'm already kind of missing or slipping on one of them right now, so otherwise I'd kind of spout them off to you, but I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to put them at the top of the description. Definitely feel free to check them out. They're definitely open to answer any questions you have, as they're all pretty cool gentlemen here. All right, guys. Well, I will wrap up the video there. Appreciate you watching as always. Till next time.